Hey, Fred Lam here, and right now I actually want to shoot a quick video for you to share a personal experience that I have on the number one skill set that literally every single online marketer or someone that wants to actually create an online business just like you would actually have to master. And this is actually copywriting. Now, I'm not saying this all because I am a huge fan and a mentee of Anik Singal. The reason why I actually want to tell you why copywriting is so important is because here's a fact, a personal story that I didn't really tell a lot of people. Through the last decade of me being an online entrepreneur, building multiple seven-figure businesses and generating over $20 million online, I actually never really wrote my ad or actually wrote my copy in terms of a video sales letter, a written sales letter, or even my e-commerce page. I never really written any of those until 2 years ago. 2 years ago when I basically said to Anik, I was like, hey, can I actually fly down and be beside you and really learn copy? Because this is one thing that I absolutely do not know. Well, I can't say I do not know. I know a lot about it, but I don't know how to write because listen, right? My language, my mother tongue language is not English. English is my second language. And I know a lot of people that are watching this video right now, you're not from North America, you may not be from the UK, and your English is not as great, just like me. But at the end of the day, after I actually flew down right to Anik and actually spent several days with him to have him train me all about copywriting, right now I write my own emails, I can actually write my own video sales letter, and I even do my own webinars. And this is so important because now I have, number one, traffic generation, which I can keep continuing to teach every single one of you and keep showing you how to actually drive targeted traffic. Now, when it comes to copy, yes, I know a lot about it, but I can't really teach you the right way. And the reason why I can't really teach you the right way is because I am still in the process of learning and mastering copywriting. But right now, you guys have the full video training right down below, okay? We actually have Anik Singal here with us in our Ask Fred Lam show to share with you everything, the 5 steps, where he actually implement all those in just 6 simple pages and generated $4.6 million. Anik has been actually doing copy for nearly over 15 years. That's true, 15 years. You're literally learning from a person that has done this for over 15 years. And right now, once I'm able to actually combine my traffic generation and my ability to actually start writing copy, I can actually build many businesses right now. As a matter of fact, let me share with you. I didn't tell a lot of people about this, but right now, as I'm recording this, I'm actually in the midst of creating 3 additional businesses. And I know that because now I have traffic generation, I also now know copy and I can write the copy myself. I can literally create a 7-figure business within a single year. Now, a couple of them, I'm actually trying to do this in a couple months. And the only reason why I can do this is all really because now I master copywriting. And although that there's still a lot to learn, but I'm at a level where I can actually write everything myself and do all of these myself. Now, 12 years ago, not even 12 years ago, through the last initial first year all the way to the 11th year, which I never really had any training on copywriting, never really wrote anything, I paid a lot of money to people, an expert in the field to actually write my copy. As a matter of fact, I still remember this date, like this very moment. I jumped on a call with one of the most well-renowned copywriter. He's an old-timer right now, and just by having a 1-hour conversation to talk about copy and have him critique what we had done through our in-house team, it cost us $10,000 per hour. Yeah, you heard that right. $10,000 per hour. And we actually went through a 2-hour Skype call. And it's just a Skype call. And it cost me $20,000. But that $20,000 helped me make a lot of money back because I know that copy is very important. I can drive all the traffic in the world to whatever page I want. But if that page doesn't convert, let alone the ad itself is not attracting the right person or getting them in the right mindset, I can't make all my money back. So with that, let me actually jump over to my scribble board, the nice fancy thingy-majiggy that you guys love me writing stickmans on, and let me actually walk you through, okay, the actual way, the blueprint, the simplest way to actually create a business online. It doesn't matter if it's an e-commerce business, email marketing, affiliate marketing, digital publishing. This is how it all runs, and you guys will be very we'll see this like multiple times before in my past because I did talk about it. So let me actually draw this out for you guys so you have a full understanding. So first of all, as we all know, we first need traffic, right? And again, like I said, if you guys follow me on my YouTube channel or you're in my email list, I keep telling you and training you about traffic because that's what I'm good at. I love traffic, and that's what I've been doing for over a decade. For the last 13 years, I've been doing traffic. That's what I'm good at. But again, when it comes to copy, I really know nothing about it. So here's what happens, right? When it comes to traffic, you actually have to drive traffic through a landing page. Right? This is your landing page. And on this landing page, what do you need? You need words. Now, you don't have to have words, but you also need a video. You either have a video or you have some words on that landing page to actually get the person to start getting interest and desire in what you have to sell to move on into the next step. So now when it comes to landing page, well, there are many variations when it comes to landing page. Okay, there is the typical e-commerce page. Okay, there is a what we call a written sales letter. There is also a video sales letter, and then there is simply what a lot of other people do that is not being really talked about. It's an article piece. Okay, there are 4 different methods when it comes to a landing page. Now, obviously, opt-in page is a form of landing page too, but we're talking about more about wording. So I can actually put an opt-in page here at the same time. Now, on these page, again, all these are actually needing what we call words. And you need to know, you have to use the right words, the right trigger point, and you have to actually use what Anik Singal calls the 5 steps to actually get people to move on to even go to what we call the credit card page, right? This is the page that people actually give up their credit card information, yada, yada, yada. And then afterward, you would actually give them upsells. And then a thank you page for them to continue to sell other products. Now, when you're looking at this is how a typical online sales funnel look like. Again, it doesn't matter what you sell. It can be a physical product. It can be a digital product. It can be anything. This is how it all starts. It starts with traffic, landing page, credit card page, upsell, and thank you. Now, here's one more important part that I missed. When it comes to the traffic, you also need an ad. Now, in an ad, what do you need? You also need words in here. So when all this happens, you have to understand, you are really using words through the entire equation. And here's one of the most craziest part, which we call it the yes funnel, is that when a person actually sees your ad, okay, they click on it. The minute that they click on it, it's because they resonate with the message that you have. And they already gave you a quick yes. I agree with you. I'm interested in what you have. I go to your landing page. When they go to your landing page, they may be basically having like a button over here to tell them to buy the product or opt in or to do something. Again, when they click on there, they will say yes again. Now, when they're on the credit card page, they're already basically saying yes subconsciously to actually give you their credit card information. Now, when you're in the upsell page and when they actually then say, I want this, it is another yes. And when you sell them something else, it is another yes. So through this process, you are asking for micro commitments to actually do something. And this is called the yes funnel. And as a matter of fact, this is actually very, very well known in the sales industry. Okay? If you go to a automotive looking for a car, what the salesperson will do is that, hey, would you like to try this car right now? You're going to say yes. And then when you're in the car, it's like, do you like how fast this car goes? You will say yes. and say, hey, would you like this to have a monthly payment of XYZ that's super affordable? You will say yes. Go to their desk, start working out on, hey, do you want this option? Do you want that option? And all these micro yeses will lead you into signing the paper of signing the lease or signing the contract on buying that car. And this is actually called the yes funnel. As a matter of fact, it is an interactive form of marketing. It's called interactive copywriting, right? Because right now, when it goes to online, especially in the social media world right now, you are basically trying to engage with your prospects and turning your prospects into customers. And all these, okay, cannot be done unless if you master words. And in our industry and in the online world, we call this, or even in the marketing world, we call this copywriting. All right? Now, when it comes to copywriting, here's one thing that you also need to know. Yes, we're looking at the yes funnel. We looked at how it looks like right now when it comes to a simple online page or online sales funnel. Here's one thing that you also need to know. Whatever you have in your ad, whatever text you have in your ad, whatever copy you have in your ad, it's going to affect what we call the click-through rate. Now, when it comes to the click-through rate, the higher your click-through rate, the lower your cost per click is going to be. So a lot of people keep asking me, is like, Fred, how can I get a cheaper cost per click when it comes to Facebook ad, Google ad, Bing ad? And I simply flat out tell them it is in your ad. Targeting first, secondly, it is in your ad. And in order for you to actually write a great ad to get a high click-through rate, you need to understand how to use words to actually get those people to actually click on your ad. If your ad is simply a dull message versus one that is stunning, exciting, that's very emotional, that actually hit all the trigger points, then chances are your click-through rate is going to be so much higher, like a lot higher. And as a matter of fact, when I was having our Zero Up Elite workshop, we got people that actually started doing like a 1% click-through rate, and after we actually gave them a whole spiel about copywriting and actually having Anik on stage to go about copywriting, guess what? We have ads right in the workshop with newbies getting up to 7% click-through rate right on Facebook. That means that they are able to literally cut their ad costs down by 700%. So if they were basically paying $1 right now per click, they're now paying 30 cents using the same targeting, selling the same product, but it's because of the words that makes a lot of difference. Now, when it comes to the landing page, again, right, you only have less than 5 seconds, okay? 5 seconds to actually attract that person right away. And right now, a study is done by Microsoft that a goldfish actually have a longer attention span than a human being right now. And in order for you to actually capture their attention, to make sure they read through or watch your video sales letter, or a simple just video or a webinar, you gotta actually make sure that you put in all the copywriting techniques that you need. And again, that's why we call this an interactive marketing right now, because you are basically engaging with that person, and that's what you need to do. And again, if you want to actually have a good upsell page, you need words. And I just can't tell you how important it is that you need to master the art of the written words. Because if you right now, okay, you know how to drive traffic from Facebook. I even have multiple videos right in my YouTube channel, and if you have been following me, I keep sharing with you almost every week all about traffic. That is easy. I can get that taken care of for you. Now, if you want to actually sell anything, and if you want to sell a product, and if you want, it doesn't matter if it's from AliExpress, if you're actually selling a digital product, you need to master the #1 skill set, not just in the online world, but also in the offline world, is copywriting. Because if you know how to use the right words at the right time, doing the right thing, at the end of the day, you can literally sell anything that you want to sell. And I'm serious. I'm not kidding you about this. A lot of people actually laugh at what product I sell, and I was like, how the heck are you able to sell these products? Well, I told them because first, I know how to drive traffic. Second, is because of the copy that is on my landing page. Now, again, I cannot really, I'm just being a broken record about how important copy is, because it is very, very important. And if you go to YouTube, or if you go to actually go follow other online experts, not a lot of people really shares with you techniques and tactics about copy, because it is something that it's very hard to actually teach. It is something that's very, very hard to actually offload everything in my head or in the person's head into yours. But right now, you have the opportunity, just right down below, okay? There is a full video, a full training section, a replay of our last Ask Fred Lam show. Watch the entire thing, okay? It is on YouTube. I don't want you to skip it. Watch from the beginning all the way to the end. You will actually learn exactly and have a lot of aha moments on how copy is so important and how you can master it right in that video. And as a matter of fact, you know what? A lot of people say, well, copywriting is great. I'm not ready for it. You know what? If you started your store, if you started your business, if you actually have some presence online, you need to put in words on your website. All those words are actually copy. And you need to know what copy to use. You need to know how to write it so that you then can drive traffic to it and start generating all the money back. Now, at the same time, copywriting can actually give you the ability to make a lot of money. How? Well, first of all, if you're a good copywriter, you can become an agency and actually go out and basically find other people who just don't know how to write copy and offer it as a service. I can tell you, I spent at least 6 figures throughout the entire career of me being an online entrepreneur on hiring copywriters to actually write my copy for my products. And I'm not kidding you. That is true. Over 6 figures. Okay? So you can actually do that in reverse. And as a matter of fact, a lot of new people that are trying to go onto the online space, they are stuck at copy. And they always ask me and always ask people that I know, is like, hey, do you have a copywriter that I can introduce you? And when they came to me and I said, yeah, I do, but they're going to cost you at least $20,000 just to start. Are you able to pay it? Now, most people say, wow, that's a lot of money. I don't have that investment. I'm not going to do it. Well, if that's you, master it yourself, right? And then if you can master it, turn it into yourself into agency and help other people write copy at the same time. The next thing is that you can actually do what we call review sites. Review sites make a lot of freaking money, like a lot of money. So with that, we call these like the launch jackers. But at the end of the day, you still have to write really strong copy right in your review page in order for the person to actually click on the link through your affiliate link and buy the product. Very simple as that. Now, e-commerce is also very important. A lot of people keep telling me, it's like, Fred, right now there are so many competitors selling the same product. I have multiple people selling the same thing as I do. How do I actually beat them in the market and actually make money, more money, and really wipe out my competitor? Well, I can tell you, first is traffic, which is the ad itself. And secondly, it's your landing page. It's your product page. It's what description you have on your page, because the conversion rate is going to affect drastically on how much ad you can afford. And as a matter of fact, here's one crazy part. Imagine if you are basically selling a product for $10, right? And your cost of ads is actually $5 in order for you to actually generate a sale. So that means you're making $5. Now, if you're able to actually double the conversion on your page, you now basically make an extra 50% net profit, okay, by simply just improving the words on your page. So that's why it is so freaking important, okay? Last but not least, you also need digital publishing, right? It can be affiliate marketing. It can be email marketing, okay? Now, email marketing is super important, okay? You can't put in a video inside email. You can't put in, like, I don't know, you can't even actually, like right now, if I can shoot you a video right now, I can't actually embed that video into an email. You can't do it. You have to actually sell that person or tell them what they need to do through words. And you learn all these in copy. All these are in copywriting. And again, at the end of the day right now, if you really now understand and why you know that the number one skill set is very important, which is copy, click on the button below and start watching that video. Again, do not skip it. Watch the entire thing. You will know how important this is. And as a matter of fact, this skill set, once you know it, it will be in you. in your head, just like you riding a bicycle, right? If you haven't ridden a bicycle for 10 years, if I give you a bicycle right now, you can actually ride it because you gain the knowledge on how you do it. So if you combine traffic and copy together, you can literally sell anything, like literally anything online. And again, there's always a joke in the health space that a lot of people can sell a bottle of crap. So the supplements, a lot of people can make millions, even 8 figures, selling a bottle of crap. But they're able to do it because of copy, right? And now you have this opportunity to actually learn this. As a matter of fact, again, click the button below and watch our training that we had on Tuesday, which is like a couple days ago. Watch it because it will share with you and you will understand exactly why copy is so important, how copy can actually make you more money. And now, once you actually master copy, guess what? Leave the traffic with me. I'll keep teaching you about traffic and copy. Seriously, go watch that video. You'll learn how important it is. And with that, if you can combine the two together, you are going to be so far ahead than anyone else in the online space. And as a matter of fact, you can actually have the ability to wipe out your competitor. All right? So guys, again, very important, very serious. Click the button below. Watch the entire training. It is going to be one of the most important training you will ever see because copywriting is one of the most, I have to say, it's the #1 most demanded thing for entrepreneurs right now, especially people that are in the intermediate and also the experts. They all need to know and want to master copywriting, and you have that privilege right now. So click the button below, and I'll see you on the other side.